Hi, this is Siddharth Venkatraman, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to yet another episode in the series Intro to the World of Marketing. So, today in this episode, what we are going to look at is what is the difference between sales and marketing? So, this is a very frequently asked question. So, there are a lot of people who say, hey, sales is this, marketing is this. There are some people who say sales and marketing are one and the same. So, there's always this confusion. So several years ago, probably when I started my career in the early 2000s, so at that point of time, there used to be a clear-cut distinction. So we used to prepare and go, hey, sales means satisfying demand and marketing means creating demand or something like that. Okay. So though at a very high level, that could be true, it's much more deeper and it's much more intricate compared to that definition. So now what we'll be looking at is what is this entire sales and marketing process, and where does marketing come in, where does sales come in, and where do they overlap, and how they both are two sides of the same coin, right? So I want to ask you this question. So suppose you have a wonderful product with you, okay, but no one knows that it exists, or no one has tried the product. Then what's the point? Then this, even though it's the best product in the world, it's not going to see the light of the day. So it's as important to reach the product to the right people at the right time through the right way as important it is to identify a need and create a product for that. Okay, so basically it's two sides of the same coin, and that's why sales and marketing are actually so closely connected that it needs to work in a very integrated fashion if your business needs to do very well. Okay, so this is the entire sales and marketing process, and I'm going to take you through this whole chain. So whatever I've marked in the red box is core marketing process, and whatever I've marked in white is sales process. And where there's an overlap, that's where marketing and sales work together. Of course, uh, there could be multiple variants of this, and depending on the organization, depending on the industry, business model, there could be variations of this, and even in terms of overlap, different organizations, even in multiple organizations I worked, the overlap have been in different areas in this chain. But then, more or less, this is the overall process in terms of what a sales and marketing program needs to deliver as an output and as a result. Okay. So it starts with market study, where we actually need to really understand the market in depth on what it is and where it is in terms of probably the capacity to spend, the type of people, and what's the kind of geography, demography, psychography, and all these kind of things. Okay. And understanding need is what is the pain point for which market is looking for a solution. Okay, in the current age there are so many startups, right? But then only few see the light of the day. There are so many startups which fail, and the reason for that is probably they have not really understood a critical need, but they have understood their product very well. So probably the product and the pain fitment was not there. So it's always very critical that you understand the exact pain point for which you are developing a product or a service. So that's why we say understanding the need or understanding what is the pain point is very critical. The next step is understanding the customer. Okay, and when I say understanding the customer, it is going to the next deeper level. So it is about the customer persona. Okay, it is going in depth and understanding them not only from the perspective of their pain point for which your product or service is going to uh, solve, but also in greater detail. For example, okay, this would be the age, they would be male, female, or male and female, or this could be their age group, this could be their spending patterns, this could be their family income, or this is the kind of place where they stay, or much more than that, this is their hobby, or they go and enjoy cricket, tennis, or they love movies. So you need to really understand your customer persona in greater detail, because that becomes very critical when you reach out to them. The next one is competition analysis. It's very important that you are thorough about who all are there in the market in the same zone. Okay, so suppose I've identified a need and I've created a product for it. It's very important that I know that if there are already some other people in the market who are trying to give the same solution, and if that's the case, it's very important that you know what is their strength and weaknesses so that you can actually win over them in your customer's mind. Okay, so it's very, very critical that you thoroughly understand who your competitors are and what are their strengths and weaknesses. And then the next one is, suppose you identified an unmet need somewhere where there's no product or solution available. It's about a new product development. Okay, and new product development in itself is a separate topic and it's a very deep subject. So here I'm just touching upon as part of this whole process. And or the new product development also comes if there is a need and you found that there are competition but they're not satisfying a specific area of the pain point and it's very critical, then you could probably do a product which takes into consideration all this which even the competitor doesn't meet. The next important part is pricing. Okay, it's very critical that you understand what is the price range in which your product could be accepted. Okay, so for example, suppose you're developing a product and the cost of the product is 100 rupees, but the customer doesn't see any benefit worth that 100 rupees, they're not going to buy the product. So pricing is very important so that neither you bleed nor your customer feels that there's no value in buying. So pricing is that which decides how much you will sell for, and at the same time ensure that you're profitable and it is at acceptable levels that your customer is ready to pay and buy and sees value from your product for the price that they are paying. Okay, the next one is advertising and promotion. And if you actually look at it, a lot of people think advertising and promotion is marketing, but then you look at it, right, it comes at the end of this entire sequence. So advertising and promotion, it's obviously self-explanatory. It's about how do you really communicate the value of your product to the right people at the right time. Okay, and it could be through all the channels, digital channels, social media, TV, radio, or newspaper advertisements, or whatever, events. It could be anything. And promotions about discounts or bundling offers or some free service warranty camps or whatever it could be. All these things are part of a core marketing process. Next, we come to sales. Okay, sales funnel. So, as the word suggests, it's like a funnel. Okay, it's in the shape of a funnel because it's very important for you to plan that way. So, suppose I say that this month I need to sell 10 of my products. Okay, I cannot go and reach out to just 10 customers and expect that all of them will buy the product, right? So it means I may have to reach to 100 people. In that 100 people, probably 80 or 70 people may show some interest, and then some probably 50 people may ask me for a product demo. And from that, probably 30 people may actually take a quotation from me and then negotiate, and 10 people may end up buying from me. So that's the funnel, and that's how it works. So it's very important that you in your industry is very clear about what these conversion levels are like. So there would be an average conversion like which you can see over time, saying that okay, if I meet 100 people, then on an average so many people end up showing interest, and of that, that's the average percentage of people who ask for a product demo, and of that, this is the kind of percentage of people who negotiate with me. So this funnel is very, very critical because this is how you will plan your entire sales for the year or for the quarter or for the month or however it is. The demand planning part of it is about how do you really, okay, so today I have actually taken a target for myself for this month or quarter, x number of products. So demand planning is what you do along with your manufacturing or your supply chain or your people who supply to you the products. It is about how do you really plan it such that you are able to deliver on time, because I may say that I will deliver this product, okay, and you may take a lot of orders. Sometimes what happens is you take a lot of orders, but you're unable to supply to the customer and your name gets spoiled. So that should not happen. So demand planning and sales funnel needs to go hand in hand, where you're planning the funnel and you're planning the demand as well, so that both sides of the value chain is met. Okay, so I am saying that I will sell 10 products. That means you must be able to supply those 10 products on time, the committed time. Selling is the actual process of how do you go about doing this, and I'm going to put a separate video on this where I'm going to in detail talk about the entire selling process, right from how do you prospect till how do you close a sale and do cross-selling, upselling. So that's a separate process in itself which we will talk in detail in another video. Distribution is about how do you take the manufactured goods and reach it to the market and to the customer. For example, I may be manufacturing a soap at a factory somewhere, From there, I move it to a warehouse. From there, I move it to smaller warehouses. From there, I move it to a distributor and then to the shop. Okay, so this is the entire journey for the product. Or if it's a bigger machine, I may manufacture it somewhere and then it may be stocked in a central city or a hub or a couple of cities. From there, it may go to smaller towns. So this is distribution, and this is the actual last mile connect, which ensures that the product safely reaches your customer. Okay, so till this, it is clear cut sales. Okay, and it's a very serious process and it requires a lot of effort. Okay, the next one is CRM. So CRM's full form is customer relationship management, and the easy example for this is when you have a salary account or a savings account in your bank, you must be regularly getting emails from them. You will get a birthday wish from them. You may get some festival greetings from them, and then you get customized offers from them, customized credit card deals with them, and all these kind of things, right? So this is because they have a lot of data about you, and they are trying to touch you in a customized way. And not only that, your relationship managers call you once in a while to check if you need any help and all these kind of things. So basically, customer relationship management is how do you understand your customer and are in touch with them and service them in a systematic way and remain in touch with them and provide them customized service or solutions on a regular basis, so that you're always there on the top of their mind when they want to make a purchase. Okay, and feedback is also very important. Okay, because you need to continuously take feedback about your product and evolve. All the big brands or big companies which stood the test of time have been the ones who've been continuously evolving their product or increasing the varieties of their product. Okay, feedback and CRM are very critical if you want to retain your customers for a long time and ensure that when you release a new product, you must be able to upsell the product to them. Or if you release new versions of the product or you release other product lines, they should be willing to buy from you. And that will happen only if your CRM and your feedback process, and once you take feedback, you ensure that their grievances are sorted out. So these two elements are very critical to ensure that your customers remain with you and do not leave you and go to your competitor. And finally, it is about improving the product. On how do you take feedback and continuously evolve. So this is the entire sales and marketing process. And as I said, depending on the business model, depending on your organization structure and the industry in which you're working, there may be overlaps in different areas of this chain, and also there may be slight modifications of this process, but more or less this is the core process around which the other processes evolve. So I'm sure you were able to get a good understanding on how sales and marketing works and what's sales and what's marketing. So these are my social channels, and I would say that you can follow me over there as well. I share a lot of information there as well. And if you found this video to be useful, do like this video, do subscribe to my channel, and I'll be adding more and more informative videos in this channel. Take care. Meet you soon. Bye.